Meanwhile, in the lair of Queen Hive Mind.
This has been such a bad year! I can't believe Donald Trump won a second term! In spite of all my attempts to thwart him, he beat me at every turn and blocked my girl Kamala Harris from becoming the first woman president of the United States! And ever since he stole the election, he has been undoing the DEI policies as dictated by my blasted gospel of wokeness! No more perfect Mary Sue girl bosses! No more men winning women's trophies! No more Dylan Mulvaney's advertising Bud Light! And on top of it all, that skinny blonde Sydney Sweeney has been replacing all my fat girls in the advertisements! Whee! Let's count our blessings. The rest of the world is still under our thumb. Europe at large is still bound to our whims and gladly enforces the censorship of wrongthink. England, in particular, embraces cultural diversity at the cost of its native white citizens. Ireland just arrested Enoch Burke for refusing to acknowledge that a boy can turn into a girl. Australia continues to keep its citizens unarmed. And we have agents even now sowing chaos inside the United States. Soon we will control the world with the blessed gospel of wokeness, just as we envisioned. What bothers me is that Trump won the second time. He never should have been able to beat Kamala Harris in the first place. We did everything to convince the public that he was a convicted felon, and more than half the country still voted for him anyway. As long as the people refuse to listen to me, as long as the people defy my venom, as long as the people do the dangerous thing and think for themselves, there will always be a Trump to oppose me. But why did they not listen to me? Why did they resist me and vote for him? My message was jammed into all the news and movies, and they chose to defy me anyway. Why is that? Why would they dare to do that? What could have tipped them off about my agenda?
The revolution is now complete. We have no more use for that song. See, it is now forbidden. Under penalty of death.
Say, what is that? It sounds like the 1954 Animal Farm animated movie. I'd better check it out. You rally these sisters for our next big operation. Yes, Highness. Watching Animal Farm, are we? What can I say? I love watching and reading anything based on the works of George Orwell. Napoleon is such a master schemer and backstabber as he claims his rightful place as ruler of the farm. He has no sense of loyalty to any of the animals who help him rise to power. He rules them with an iron hoof and gaslights them into thinking that Snowball is everything wrong with the farm, even when Snowball has been killed by the dogs. And the censorship and suppression of free ideas is the cherry on top. I love it. Indeed, George Orwell's works have been very useful handbooks on how to gain power through subversion. I love his stories where the big governments win power and destroy freedom. Aha! I've got it! While we've been using this book as a guideline on how to take over the world, we have at least half the citizens of the United States reading this book and taking the opposite lesson from it. They have been mistakenly interpreting Animal Farm as a warning against corruption, not in favor of it. If we can dumb down this story, perhaps my opponents won't push back against me so hard. How do we do that? The same way we did it for Star Wars and Marvel. Make it lame and gay. Do you want to call up our disciple Bob Iger to buy the rights to Animal Farm? Disney is no stranger to doing our bidding and feminizing everything. Nah, not Disney. They have more than proven their loyalty to us. I think it's time to recruit a new studio to our cause. And I know just the folks who sucker into helping us.
Hey there, hello.
Let's cut to the chase. I have a new movie idea for you.
I like your attitude, getting straight to the point. What do you have in mind? We're expecting big dividends from our current lineup, so any extra cash will help.
How would you feel about a remake of Animal Farm?
Well, I don't know about a remake. Didn't Alice and Bachelor already come out with a film adaptation in 1954?
Come on, man. That outdated piece of propaganda was funded by the CIA. Think about your conservative audience. They don't trust the CIA. Also, that version is too dark and grim and bloody. Think of these children. We should start over from scratch. Modernize it and make it irreverently funny. Ditch that boring hand animation and go for CGI instead. The more uncannily photorealistic, the better. Everyone else is doing it, especially Disney.
Maybe, but if we're going to make it kid-friendly, it's going to be kind of hard to show the horrors of communism and the brutality of Stalin's corrupt regime over the Soviet Union. Wasn't it a lesson on how a revolution, regardless of the purity of the cause, could be hijacked from within by corrupt aspiring dictators?
Nah, man. You read the CIA version of the book. The real lesson is that capitalism is evil. Pure evil. Because capitalism promotes greed, and greed causes people to hurt others in order to give themselves a cushier life. Greed and capitalism puts a few undeserving billionaires on top, who in turn have the power to rule over the lives of others.
Well, greed is something we do need to warn the kids about.
Also, Elon Musk should be the villain of the story.
Elon Musk? He wasn't even alive at the time that the story was published, and the book was released at the end of World War II.
But we're going to have the story set in the modern age instead of the 1940s. In that context, it would make total sense to have him alive and be the main antagonist.
I don't know. We advertise our movies on X. I don't think it would be a good idea to make him the villain of the story and get ourselves shut down. What if we replace him with a billionaire woman with a fondness for cybercars?
What? Make a woman the villain? Are you nuts? Free!
Well, it's either that, or we go ahead and make Napoleon the villain like he is in the book.
No, absolutely not. Napoleon is not the villain. He's a nice pig with good intentions. He just gets led astray by billionaires.
Didn't Napoleon have Snowball murdered, have Boxer turned into glue, and rule the animals of the farm under threat of getting eaten by dogs? I'm pretty sure he chose to do that of his own accord. Orwell established pretty firmly that Napoleon was an irredeemable scheming villain.
Lies! Napoleon's only crime is that he's an incompetent buffoon. But he's not evil. Fine. Normally, I wouldn't approve of female villains. But if it's a choice between her and Napoleon being the main antagonist, then I choose her.
4 legs good, 2 legs bad. What is this sheep doing in the studio? And why is it talking?
Never mind the sheep. Besides, you're talking to a wasp.
Whatever. Who do you have in mind to direct this movie?
Oh, that's easy. Gollum!
My precious! Gollum? Seriously? 4 legs good, 2 legs bad. Fine. We'll go with Gollum as the director. And who should star in it? I could see if the Sound of Freedom cast are available. Or perhaps have Zachary Levi voice Benjamin and see if Chris Pratt would like to voice Snowball.
Oh, no. I don't want any of them. I want a bunch of rich Hollywood capitalists who complain about capitalism and cheer for communism in this movie. And I think Seth Rogen would be a great choice for Napoleon.
Let's have no one do that again.
I thought Morris Denham did a good job conveying the villainy of Napoleon in the 1954 film.
Who else is guilty? Stand up and confess!
Stop maligning Napoleon, you idiot! He isn't the villain. He's just a well-meaning, misunderstood, bubbling idiot with a good heart. And for that, you need a Seth Rogen to make him kid-friendly.
4 legs good, 2 legs bad. So, let me get this straight. You want Gollum to create a new animal form movie in CGI, star a bunch of rich pro-communist Hollywood capitalists, have Napoleon be a likable, misunderstood character, and instead of him being the scheming communist villain that he is in the book, bring in a billionaire capitalist woman to corrupt the pigs?
Exactly.
4 legs good, 2 legs better. You know what? That does sound like a good idea for a kids movie. Let's draw up the contract.
Do you want to call up our disciple John Bob? I've been doing too much Swan Princess.